You're listening to Casting Class, an engineer's guide to manufacturing aluminum castings, hosted by Batesville Products. For over 75 years, Batesville Products has been engineering, casting, machining, inspecting, and polishing aluminum castings for over 70 industries nationwide. In today's episode, we'll continue to share our experience and industry secrets. Casting Class is in session. There's people come fresh out of college or fresh out of high school or technical college, just interested in design that may not understand or may not grasp the full information needed to design, in this industry, in this space. How do we educate people, the next generation? And hopefully there's some takeaways from what we're doing and how other people can share it within their industry. We have quite a few people here in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, so we'll go around and introduce ourselves.
My name is Johnathan Johnson. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a regional sales consultant at Batesville Products.
I am Kim Haines. I'm the HR manager here at Batesville Products.
So my name is Tim Weber. I'm the Vice President of Marketing. I live in Aurora, Indiana.
I'm Rachel Weber. I am a regional sales consultant, as same as Johnathan.
My name's Mary. I'm digital marketing associate.
And then I'm Tim Williams, national sales manager here at Batesville Products. Mary, you jumped in, feet first on doing these field trips. What have you seen, and why do we do it?
Well, go home, ask your kids, ask your grandkids, nieces, nephews, ask them what manufacturing is or what they think it looks like, because from what it's a completely different picture in their mind, because that's what we've seen. We've had so many groups come through here, and they're all fascinated by all of the technology and all of the hands-on, you actually get to use those tools. That's really cool. So they have no idea. They don't talk about manufacturing in schools. So giving them the opportunity to actually come in and see what it's like is a huge game changer. And all of the teachers are always really excited too, because it adds on to their STEM learning program that they're trying to really push right now. We've also had undergrad students. So just a month ago or so, we had some local community college students and high school students come through, and they were specifically interested in machining, and then a group that was interested in engineering, but they had only seen it classroom level. They hadn't actually been inside a manufacturing facility before. So it was really cool for them because they actually got to see, oh, this is actually what I want to do when I'm older, and this is the desk I'm going to sit at, and they loved it.
Walking through a plant, Mary just talked about the difference in manufacturing from where it is now and where it used to be, and that when you come here, you get to see the big leaps and bounds, where same thing with customers or outsiders that'll visit the plant even a year ago. There's stuff in manufacturing today that you didn't see last month or the month before when you were here.
Yeah, the technology's grown so much. We didn't even have one robot when I started, and now we have robots in every department, it seems like, from the polishing, the sawing, the cobots just helping assist. That it'd be neat for any kid to come in and see what they could be working on and what they could be doing versus what you think you're going to be doing. So yeah, it's been eye-opening and really fun to kind of see all the changes each time you come in.
Yeah, I think it helps your employees too. We got tenured employees that were talking retirement, and because their robotics are sticking around for 5 more years.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
it just helps out with that. It helps them too. It helps the employees to lighten their load and assist them in medial tasks. It's great. So
it's a different space. You think manufacturing back in the day, it's all manual and labor intensive, and Batesville Products and a lot of other people within our industry are trying to change the way that looks. And we welcome visits, not all at once. We do welcome visits, though, and as you see in some of the pictures that are shown here from the student perspective, but giving tours, showing, like Johnathan mentioned, the different robotics, cobots, and different technology that's been added in the manufacturing facilities versus what used to be highly labor intensive back in the day isn't anymore. So trying to make it easier for employees, but make it more fun too. Technology, adding that technology perspective to it.
I think all the kids in their head. They're like, oh, when I'm an adult, I have to sit at a desk all day and be on a computer and write boring emails. But they see like, oh, there's other options too. I enjoy being active. I can see myself in manufacturing.
Yeah, like working with your hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Even our engineers who you think might sit at a desk are rarely at their desks.
Yeah.
You have to go run around finding them in the shop to get answers.
Yeah. Yeah. Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about the background of what this is and how it came about?
So we went to a show in Louisville, an equipment show, and I visited a booth of some equipment we bought for trail building. And one of the things they had was a children's book, and they were actually pushing products. So each page was about a particular product. But I started thinking about it and along the lines of what could we do like for giveaways at shows. So I came back and me and Mary got together and kind of came up with a storyline. And what this book does, it walks somebody, a young person, a first or second grader, through all of our processes, starting in engineering, ending up with the final product. It kind of took on its own life because initially it was geared towards you guys, the sales folks. And it kind of became this thing. Well, you know what? This is an important thing. This is the right thing to do. To educate.
It's not even like sales related anymore.
No, it's like, okay, you know, and it became like, this is a great tool. I've literally played every kid's book that we ever bought. Mary, you know, she just took off with it, and then we decided to give it all away. All right, like we talked earlier. So talk a little bit about the guides in particular.
I mean, we started out with the book, and from that, like Tim said, it just expanded. So we have activity books too, some printed versions with coloring pages and different things the kids can do. And we have stickers and magnets and all kinds of stuff all about manufacturing. And what's really cool is that we were able to give it a life online. So on our website now, we have a BPI for kids. So they can go and they can get the coloring pages, activities, experiments, like little at-home simulations of permanent mold casting. But this morning I was reflecting, I wrote down some stats, and we've actually given away 250 books to 15 local schools and libraries.
Very cool.
So it's been a book per teacher in classroom. So that's over 200 classrooms that we've reached just by teaching them more about manufacturing.
Wow.
And then of those, I've personally visited 7 to read to students, and I tallied it up. It's over 500 students that I've read to.
That's cool.
So
Awesome.
I was losing my voice towards the end.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to tag along with Mary on one of the school visits, and I mean, how many? It was like 4 or 5 different classrooms brought all their kids out, and it was very entertaining for me. And Mary and I had to laugh a couple of times because you're just trying to educate younger students who, again, may not know anything about casting or the industry or just manufacturing in general. The questions we got, but you know, talking with Mary over the 7 different schools that she went to, there's a lot of great kids that ask some interesting questions that are very intrigued by what's going on in the manufacturing space.
Every time when I told them that we melt the metal, it's over 1,000 degrees, everyone's just shocked, especially the kids.
And on that, I think Rachel actually had a really good story if you want to.
Oh yeah. So some of my cousin's kids go to that school. They didn't know, the kids are young, so they have no idea what we do. And Mary went to go read to their class, and I get a text probably the next day from my cousin saying that her second youngest son was like, Mom, I want to go work for Batesville Products. I don't know what I want to do yet, but when I get older, that's what I want to do. And so that was kind of pretty cool to hear.
Yeah.
The kids are actually interested in learning about this stuff and hearing about it.
We sent home all those over 500 kids that I read to, we sent them home with stickers and coloring pages to take home too. There was one class that we did a little activity where we built a paper robot that could use a magnet to move paper clips, and they like went home with their own cobot, and it looked exactly like the pictures. And I had moms emailing me the next week like, my kid little Susie loves the robot. And it's just crazy to me how impactful that it's been on the student.
Yeah, and customers are loving it, as well. If they have kids, and I had a
Mhm.
customer reach out and he goes, secretly, I just want the book for myself. He was excited to see it, passed it around to friends and family who have small children as well, and they loved it. My daughter, she's 11, so she's a little bit older for the book, but I read it to her and she's like, let's read that again, Dad. So she really liked it, and yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, a lot of our employees are taking it home, and they can show their kids, this is what I do, like this page, this is me.
Yeah. That's a neat thing too, is to explain what you do.
It's hard to explain manufacturing and put it on a kid's level of understanding, but I think they found a lot of value in being able to show their kids, this is what I do.
I was going to say, I think as adults, we've all gravitated towards this. I know when we were in Chicago for a recruiting fair, we had the books with us, and we had so many adults come by and just say, oh, you got any more of those books? You got any more of it? Yeah, it was a big hit.
I think the teachers were just as interested as the students. They were asking so many questions, and they're like, I want to come visit. Like, I want to see your facility. I've never seen molten metal be poured. And
the industries that we're in, American Foundry Society, Non-Ferrous Foundry Society, aluminum organization, they're all asking for more.
Right.
They're talking about us on industry-wide phone calls and meetings, but it's not, again, we weren't in this, and we still aren't in this for Batesville Products getting the notification of the rep because of this. We're in this because we want to help educate the younger generation, understanding that manufacturing is still a really cool space, and it's getting cooler. Johnathan mentioned walking through and just the amount of robotics, and that's cool.
And this is, I think, also think about a lot is management and the ownership embrace this. This wasn't what's the ROI on this?
One of the marketing groups that I'm a part of, someone was like, what's your Hail Mary marketing idea for 2023 that you're just going to throw something out and see if it works? And this was definitely our 2022, just dream big, see what happens. And it got way bigger than we expected.
Some of it is actually on our website. Some of the coloring books.
Well, there's a online
it's a video of me reading it.
Turning the pages, and they can download it or they can fill the application. We'll send you one for free. So
when it comes to customers and prospects, when it comes to employees, and when it even comes to educating younger individuals, we know our space very well, but there are other experts out in the industry that we kind of rely on or talk to or get information from. So within our breadth of work, we come across the Manufacturing Institute, the American Foundry Society, and the Non-Ferrous Foundry Society very frequently. They are good groups that have a lot of good information available for free as well on websites, or if you reach out to them. We also work with the Women's Manufacturing group. We also work with a lot of different roundtables and groups locally that we like to get involved with, because again, we know our space very well, but there's a lot of different takeaways. Tim going to a different utility show that may not be directly related to our product or our process, and walking away with this book idea. So always a proponent and try to promote education, whether it's by peers within your company, and really try to promote getting out and doing that type of stuff. And with that, thank you everybody for joining us today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us, and we'll be happy to get them answered. You're listening to Casting Class, an engineer's guide to manufacturing aluminum castings, hosted by Batesville Products. Be on the lookout for our next casting class on the first Wednesday of every month. Until then, you can find more resources like videos, written guides, and case studies on our website, batesvilleproducts.com. That's batesvilleproducts.com. See you next month.